Kind of over it. Kind of over it this morning. Don't know what I want to talk about. Feeling like I want to just relax, go to the Dirty One store, get a Dirty One. Dirty Ones are energy drinks, by the way. But I do a little bit miss making videos as well. I got a cane. I'm cane pilled. I broke my knee in the canyon. I actually feel amazing. I really do. My knee doesn't hurt that bad. I'm kind of just have the cane and the brace as precautionary right now, but I've been walking fine, no pain for a few days. It's really a beautiful thing. The human body is freaking resilient. We can withstand anything. Yeah, what's up, YouTube? Died in the canyon last week. We came back to Chicago and we played Friday and Saturday in Cleveland. And on Saturday, we played 2 sets at Nelson Ledges. And we got to sit in with the Andy Frasco, which is super great. If you know who he is, he's quite popular in the jam scene, has over 100K Instagram followers, 200K monthly listeners. And I got to sit at his piano center stage and take a big fat solo in front of 2,000 people. It was so awesome. And actually, I'll talk about that day. Well, let me talk about... Hey, dog, you don't want my video to work, do you? Freaking dogs ruining my videos. So what I learned from the canyon, from getting helicoptered out, I don't know if you saw the video, the last video I made, I learned that I am in fight or flight mode most of the time. You know, we went down to the canyon and we went down too fast because I was in fight or flight mode. I was scared of dying in the canyon. So when we hiked down, I set the pace, and I set the pace crazy fast, and my knee started to hurt. Then on the 0 day we had down there, I couldn't relax all day because I was just scared and worried about how we were going to get out of the canyon. Wow, the dogs are out today. I think he's barking at that dog. Then, even leaving, my knee started to hurt, but I didn't want to say anything, and I just wanted to get out of there real fast. Fight or flight. I was in flight mode. I was so scared of the canyon, I just wanted to get out of there. And when we debriefed after, we were talking about it, Brett pointed out that a phrase he hears me say a lot is, I just want to get this done. 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 And I realized that for most of my life, I am in fight or flight mode. I am anxious about all the things I need to do, and I just blast through them. And there's a benefit to being in fight or flight mode. When there is a monumental amount of work to do, when your heart rate goes up, when you get anxious, when you get, stressed out, I can turn on this version of me that just blasts through it. Just go, fucking go, 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 go. But obviously, you don't want to be in that mode all the time. And I've realized I have always struggled to just relax, always struggled to just play and have fun and be goofy and be silly. And even when I am in play mode, there's this sinking, scary feeling at the back of my head that I am doing the wrong thing. Honestly, I think it comes from my parents. I can even remember as a teenager, I would play with friends, and then there was always this, at any moment I'm going to get yelled at because I didn't practice piano enough. And always this fear of, if I'm not working on music hard enough, I'm going to get in trouble and I'm going to fail. And going down in the canyon, I realized the point of going down there, the point is to learn what nature teaches you. But what Brett wanted to do and what I could have done is get down into nature and be able to just be totally with nature and relaxed for a full day or several days. And I wasn't able to do it, and nature hurt my knee to show me that I need to learn to do that. And this weekend we played this festival, and on Saturday, the festival day, I was in play mode all day. I was relaxed all day. I was just having fun. And the result was we played some of the best sets we've ever played. I got to sit in with Andy Fresco. I get to sit in and play a big stinky keyboard solo for a bunch of people and be a rock star. And I laughed more than I have. I think that's the most I've laughed in a single day in my whole entire life. We were crying, laughing so many times throughout that day. When we got back to the place we were staying at and I laid down to go to bed, I fell asleep instantly because I was completely exhausted because I had so much fun. Exhausted from fun. You know, I do think as artists, there is this importance of working hard. There is this virtue in, you know, looking at how much skill there is to acquire and then working really hard to acquire that skill, and going into the fight or flight mode might be useful for making that happen. But there's an equal, maybe even more important skill of being able to play. And the more you can play, the more you can make really amazing art. And the best musical performances I've ever done come from the most relaxed and the most play states. Music, comedy, whatever it is. Even working on a business, even doing something like building a landing page or setting up ads or making content for Instagram, being able to do it from a play mindset is going to make it so much better. You know, I was talking to this guy at the festival because I was sitting trying to rest my knee, my baby knee that broke in the canyon. I had to rest my knee at the festival because I fell in the Grand Canyon. I was talking to this dude, his name was Dan, and he was just a festival goer. He played music but not professionally. He was telling me about the bands he's been in and stuff, but one thing he said was he told me about a joke band he formed, and he said, you know, the joke band actually had more gigs and was more successful than any other project I did. And I love that he shared that with me because there's a real truth to that. I was talking to him about it. Oftentimes when we do something as a joke, it's actually easier to bring it to completion and make it magic because there's a lot of artistic decisions to make in any project. And when the project is your magnum opus, when the project is, this is my art and this defines me and this shows the world that I'm a serious artist, you're probably going to struggle to actually make those decisions because what if you make the wrong one? But when the project is a joke, it doesn't matter what decision you make, and you can make the decisions much easier. And having a joke project is a great way. Looking at your art as a joke, as play, as something that's just pure fun, is a way to make decisions around it without worrying about if it's stupid or not. Because if it is stupid, you can say, yeah, it's stupid, it's a joke. I was just doing it for fun. And I can think about in my past when I've ran bands or done groups or stuff, when I made art that was comedic, it was a lot easier to get it out there because, well, if it sucks, it doesn't matter. It's just a joke. So I think that's what I want to talk about today. I haven't made a video in a minute. I'm feeling rusty on my random videos where I talk about nothing for 20 minutes and 20 people watch. But I was itching to get one out. I did not die in the Grand Canyon. I actually became much more of a rock star. I guess I'll share this too. If you want to be a hero, you got to go on hero's journeys. And if you don't know what the hero journey is, look it up. Joseph Campbell's Hero Journey. Actually, Dan Harmon, creator of Community and Rick and Morty, is a great example of a modern writer who is obsessed with getting the hero's journey in his shows. But I don't have all the steps down to memory for this video, but you know, the hero's journey, they refuse the call, they go on the call, they go into the unknown. And part of it that I'm really attuned to is the unknown takes something from them, and then they come back to their community and share what they've learned with their community, but something is taken from them. And I'm present to that with my knee situation. I climbed down into the butt crack of the world, the most beautiful butt crack in the whole world, the Grand Canyon. Climbed down 9 miles, 6,000 feet elevation, and had to get helicoptered out because it took my mobility from my knee. And even though I'm basically 100% recovered, I've had to use this knee brace and this cane for the past week. I was very humbled at the gigs over the weekend where during load in, load out, I literally just sat there and had the rest of the band do it. Obviously I did some work, but moving heavy stuff. I'm usually so adamant about having hands on every step of the way. I had to be humble. I had to say, no, I don't want to hurt my knee anymore. I'm going to rely on my friends and trust that I can relax and they can do the job and nobody's going to be upset that I'm not pushing everything into the van, because we have a lot of hands and they love me, and it's okay that I need to take this weekend of being a manual labor guy off. And heroes go on journeys, and on their journeys, they learn things about themselves when things are taken from them. And this knee injury has taught me that I operate in fight or flight a lot. I operate like I'm on the verge of losing everything all the time. And the truth is, well, one, there's nothing to lose, actually. If you zoom out far enough, there's nothing to lose. We are just dust. The Bible says it. I think it's really important to remember that we're just dust, and God says it. We're not just dust, and Neil deGrasse Tyson says it. That guy's a fucking retard who made up a bunch of shit. We're just dust, but we're dust that God made. We're made in love, and we're going to become dust again. So whatever happens, it doesn't matter. But also, I'm not going to forget how to play piano in a day. Sneezy's not going to cease to be a band if we forget to count merch, or if we, don't post piece of content, or if we don't play gigs for a month. Granted, I think keeping the train rolling is important, and this is where having some of that fight in you, having some of that flight in you, some of that ability to get your heart rate up and get moving and make decisions is important. But if anything Brett O'Connor's taught me, it's that being present, being slow, being chill is actually the path forward. Yesterday we were talking about band dynamics a lot, and Brett was actually getting really stressed out. I thought he was immune to going into fight or flight, but no one's immune to anything. But he was stressed, and we were working through. I was a little stressed too, I guess, but we were working through stuff. And what ended up happening was, at the end of the day, we spent 3 or 4 hours working on music together. We learned how to sing a song. He helped me with singing. We practiced some scales on harmonica and keyboard. We listened to some music, and we ended up having such a joyful and fun time just playing music together. And music has always been a source of play for me. For a lot of my life, it was the only true time I was able to get into play. It was the only play I was allowed to do where I never got in trouble and where I could be king of the domain. And yeah, just so important to play. Play. Don't think so much. Just play. If you're an artist and you're trying to carve out what your artist identity is and build a following and all this stuff, look for the most fun option. Look for the most fun way to do the thing you want to do. I think stuff I was doing before Sneezy, on one hand, you could say it wasn't working, but I do think I was cultivating myself. And, a few summers ago, I took a toy keyboard to the park and made up songs for strangers and filmed that. My goal was to go viral, but I think actually, I didn't go viral. I think what was really successful about that was I played in the park, and I played with strangers, and I just worked on play, and I trusted that I could make up songs for strangers, and there would be a play. It would be so fun that it would work out. And it did. I really think that exercise helped me become the person I needed to become to be Danny Buckets on the keys in the band Sneezy, walking around with a cane in Glenview because he's feeling breezy. 74 degrees, North Chicago, you know where you go. Glenview Dental Care, next to Subway. There's a U.S. Bank. Man, money stanks, don't it? I lost my keys. I gotta call a locksmith. $300 down the drain just to drive all around. Maybe I don't even want a car anymore, dog. It's easy if you just play. I love you. Bye.